Right, Nina, we're outside Stamford Bridge. We've just drawn 0-0 against Liverpool. Exactly the same result as when we played against them at Anfield. What are your thoughts on what you've seen?
Potentially one positive out of that is they're probably the only Premier League side that won't beat us this season. That's a positive.
Definitely something.
It's definitely something. No, it's always like you look forward to like a fresh game, like a new game. It's always like, even though we've been so crap this season, it's like every game you have something to look forward to because something changes, or you're going to see a player come back from injury, or we're going to play a Champions League game, or we've got Potter out and Bruno obviously in for the temporary change, and nothing. Then it just crumbles down. You know, of course Chelsea can celebrate 2 goals and still be 0-0 at the end of it. You know, it's just so typical. And 5 minutes in, could have been 1-0 up. You know, João Félix missed a sitter. Wasn't the only sitter he missed in that game. And again, that game just screams we can't finish our chances. And it's not really about not having a striker. You know, these are expensive players. The bare minimum you should be able to do is look up and shoot and at least have an accurate shot. You know, it's either going wide, miles above the goal, and just not anywhere but the back of the net. And it's not good enough. You know, Kovacic missed the same kind of chance there as well, and João is someone that is so technically gifted and he does all the hard work and then he shoots and it's almost gone to waste. And I really like him, I rate him as a player. I'm someone that has been advocating for us to buy him at the end of the summer, but if we're going to spend another 100 million potentially for someone that can't shoot, can't score, then you've got that kind of debate there. I do think he brightens up our attack and he does have ideas and he does bring something different, but he can't finish, and that's just not good enough. In a game like that, you've got to put the chances away. So Costa's goal's there, and there we are. We're walking away with another 0-0 draw. Kante, fantastic to watch him play tonight. Arguably the best player on the pitch while he lasted.
Yeah, I mean, I had a couple of people text me during the match saying, like, Kante is balling out.
Absolutely phenomenal. And you know what? He has been, right, deep that. He's not played for 7 months. In the time that Graham Potter has managed to manage our club, you know, have that many defeats, have that many horrible, frustrating moments to go through, Kante's not been there at all for that time. And he has just returned and he's made all the difference in the world. Kante shouldn't be doing the jobs that he's been doing in that game. You know, that is something that Kante does his job fantastically, and he's been covering other people in that game as well, and that is not up to him. So I can't really blame the manager on the fact that our players can't finish our chances. That is right. However, what I will blame Bruno for today is the substitutions, which were left far too late. 65th minute to bring on Gallagher again. Obviously, I understand you've got to take Kante off. He can't play the full 90. Understandable, but bring Mudryk on with him, or perhaps a little bit earlier. You've got such an expensive selection of wingers sat on that bench, and you're bringing him on with 15 minutes to spare when you're 0-0 against Liverpool. I don't get it. I just don't really get it. You know, it's not a time where you play safe. It's not a time where you don't really try him out. Bruno's not really got that much time with us. You might as well just push that and just see what you can bring on, unless Potter gave him a message before the game and said, right, this is exactly what you got to do. You got to bring Gallagher on at this time and then do whatever you want. Obviously Sterling could have come on a lot earlier as well. He's not got much playing time.
There's got to be a reason that they keep doing this with Mudryk. There has to be a reason. I mean, I know Potter was saying it's like a pre-season for him. I mean, how long does a pre-season need to be?
Exactly, that's the thing. And with a player that hasn't played as long as he has and cost that much money and has obviously come in because he is an attacking threat and he can bring that up. When you're 0-0, you need attacking threat and you need all the attacking threat you can have. Mudryk possesses that. I know it's a case of kind of easing him in slower, and obviously he's a long-term project, so you know he's got all the years in the world. Don't rush him. I get that, but in a game like that, especially considering his cameo against Liverpool when he came on for the first time, take note from that, look at those aspects, and you've already got kind of a point proven there already, so try it out again. You know, it's not something that you can do and then bench him. Like, I was angry at the Leicester game because I thought he had a great game. You know, he put a chance away, it was offside, nevertheless he had an assist as well, and then you bench him, and it's just choices like that that really bring those players down. And then how do they come off the bench and make a difference when you're kind of only, it's almost a bit of a mockery that you're bringing him on for just the 15 minutes to spare, you know. And I really am someone that loves Mudryk and Madueke as well. Obviously, the better call perhaps in that game is bringing on Sterling. He's played against Liverpool many times. He's got the more experience. Fair enough, I understand that. That is a fair point. However, just bring him on earlier. We've got all to play for in that game. Not another 0-0.
I mean, one player that just oozes class though, no matter what the game, is Enzo Fernandez.
Yes.
Another great
He's
performance.
man of the match as well, isn't he? Man of the match again, I believe, if I'm not wrong. Is Enzo man of the match tonight as well? Well, regardless, he always fights to keep the ball, protects it, make the forward passes. I would say he was tackled and dispossessed a fair few times. That's fair enough. I mean, they were all kind of throwing themselves at him. Enzo is going to be that player that you have always more men, marking on, because he is that player. Nevertheless, I wouldn't say he was outstanding, was his best game, but his presence was felt in that midfield, I would say. And probably without him and Kante, my goodness, we would have struggled even more significantly in that game. So, again, just a round of applause for Kante, and fair enough to Enzo Fernandez as well.
Do you think we need a striker then? Because we haven't played Aubameyang, we haven't played Fofana. Do you think we should just chuck him in and give him a chance? Because we can't finish our chances.
I mean, yeah, come on, you've got a Prem-proven striker. Isn't that what Aubameyang is? Isn't that what you brought him in for? Like, I'm not his biggest supporter, but at the same time, he's played against Liverpool so many times, more times than he can count. Why don't you throw him in that game? I get Datro Fofana, again, another long-term project. He's younger, less experienced whatsoever. Okay, it makes sense, but Havertz played a full 90 minutes, and there's not one thing that he did that I thought, wow, brilliant. Wow. Another player that just is okay, but he's just wasteful, and he can't even stay on side. What else is he going to do? And sometimes he receives the ball, he can't even land his first touch, let alone look up and look around. And it's just such a shame, because we praise Havertz 3 games in a row. He scores penalties, and then this is what you get the next game of Havertz. And then he's going to start against Wolves. He will start the game after that, and that's just what you get with Havertz.
It's got to be a reason they're doing it though, right?
Yeah, and there it is. Obviously, there's reasons here that maybe us Chelsea fans just aren't seeing for a lot of things. There's been a lot of questionable decisions, and we've just had to endure all the consequences that come as a result of them. And we just have to sit here and say, like Potter has said many times, well, that's just how it goes, isn't it? But again, I think you can't really blame luck, can you? There was chances there I could have put away. It's just frustrating to watch, and then there you go, just another 0-0. I just would have loved for us to just celebrate that win today. Really, really would have loved to. But hey, there's Chelsea for you.